Howdy y'all. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, somewhere a little bit north of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is a handy redneck talking at you. Um, it's still April 1st, 2019, and I'm going to show you basically a tater tower build up inside the cage. As you see right here, we got two cages lined up. This first cage has got a pile of old coffee grounds and coffee filters sitting in the bottom of it right now. But we're doing this in part so y'all can see, and in part so I can use up some of this loose straw that we got strewn about the place from protecting our plants from being frozen. Since it ain't supposed to get that far below freezing now, we don't need as much loose straw and everything to protect the plants. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to step over here and get some leaves. Alright, now you can use more leaves or less leaves, it don't matter too much. You can use no leaves at all if you want. A lot of people around here burn their leaves in the fall and burn them again in the spring. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I am not a burner because there's enough soot and dirt and stuff in the air as it is to make me sneeze. I don't need smoke from the leaves to make me sneeze. Alright, so we get that down in there. Then we throw some loose straw in on top of that. Alright. Now this one's got the leaves in the bottom. And then the straw. This second one, we're just going to do straw in the bottom of it. We'll do the leaves out of these two old cages here too. I use these cages with the leaves in them to protect my pawpaws over the winter. So, okay, we got some leaves in this one too. Get a look. Now, I like the straw because the straw weaves itself into like a little filter thing, so we don't lose a whole lot of dirt going through it. But now we need a new straw bale. which we got right here. You'll probably figuring, well, why do we need a bale if we got all that loose straw? Well, we don't need it. It's just a little easier to work with. And the reason it's easier to work with is when you take apart a bale of straw, you end up with what's known as flakes. Well, these flakes can be stuffed down the side of your cage and used to make a wall. We could do that with the loose straw as well. It's just these flakes make it a whole lot easier. And the flakes here are actually compressed tighter, so they're thicker, they're more insulative, and they help to hold water better than the looser straw. I think we've got room for one more flake. All right, now I'll let you come have a look inside this and we'll get you in closer. Now, basically what we done is we built a nest. You know, we got the edges, we got the bottom, we got a nest of straw. Now we can start adding good stuff. If I had it on hand right now, I'd do a half of a 5-gallon bucket of fresh, semi-fresh, semi-aged chicken manure right in the bottom of this, because it's got lots of nitrogen in it and it'll help break down the straw in the bottom. But I ain't got it on hand with me that easy, so what we're going to do is continue on without it. It's nice to have, it's not a requirement. That's because we got bags of cow manure and compost and topsoil we're going to put in. But the first thing we're going to put in is what was on the ground underneath this to begin with. I got 2 buckets here of coffee grounds from my local gas station. I take a bucket up a week and they fill it and I bring it home. And the coffee grounds make good fertilizer. And believe it or not, the caffeine seems to give the plants a little bit of a jolt. But anyway, in here we got the old coffee grounds and old coffee filters. We don't worry about the coffee filters because they'll break down as well. So, got those in there. Next we'll do a bag of topsoil and a bag of cow manure and compost. Now, one of these potato towers here will generally take between 3. We'll generally take about 3 each of topsoil and 3 each of cow manure compost. We're only going to do 1 each of these in here right now because we are planning on planting potatoes in here, but the potatoes we got are little shorties and not very leggy, so we don't want to put too much soil in and bury them too deep and they not be able to come up. So this bag of quote-unquote topsoil I just put in, this one actually is made mainly out of what you call decomposed pine, or slightly composted pine. It's got a pine smell to it, but it holds water good and it keeps the soil nice and soft. And we're going to mix it here with this here. I think I just lost my pocket knife. Did y'all see what I did with it? Oh, here it is. I done threw it on the ground. So this particular bag of cow manure and compost has some sand mixed in with it, so it's going to be a heavier soil than that topsoil we just put in. But this one we're actually using for the nutrients in it, you know. So what we'll do is we'll mix it with some of this here topsoil, so it don't turn into mud and compact too bad. All right, so there's that one. What'll happen with this now is we'll go in and we'll plant our potatoes into it. You know, we'll do like 5 or 6 potatoes in there, and bury them under that soil, and then as they grow we'll add more topsoil and manure to them. So we're going to repeat the process again on this one so you can see it. We got the leaves and the straw down. They'll break down over time, not a problem, and we'll actually fertilize the ground underneath it. So again, we're taking flakes of this here straw bale and placing around to make basically a nest in here that we're going to put our growing medium, compost and topsoil and nutrient rich material in, because until this straw decomposes, it's not very nutrient rich for a plant. But this straw is fabulous at holding moisture. So what it'll do is it'll help us, especially in the heat of summer, like come August time frame. I don't know where you're at, but here where I'm at, come August, growing up here, it could reach 115 degrees every day, and that's Fahrenheit. So don't be having a cow with me because I didn't convert it. The easiest way to convert it is basically divide it by 2. So we'll round up to 120, divide it by 2 would be like 60 degrees centigrade. A little lower than that, but probably closer to 52 or 53 C. But that's danged hot. So what we'll do, like I say, this straw and everything, is fabulous at holding moisture. So it'll hold in that moisture and keep those plants well watered throughout even the hottest parts of the summer. So once again, we got our quote unquote nest made. So now what we're going to do is, again, if I had it on hand right now, I'd put chicken manure in there, but I'm too lazy to go dig it out of the chicken pen today. So what we'll do is we'll start with coffee grounds. So again, another week's worth of coffee grounds from my local gas station. And the bottom here. Again, it's good nutrients. The plants will love you for it. And as you can see, the coffee grounds hold water pretty good too. So. But now I do this like this, and you would be surprised at how quickly the red garden worms will find this and come up into it. They love those coffee grounds. So again, we got the coffee grounds. Now we'll do the topsoil. And again, this one's going to have more potatoes in it, so we're not filling it all the way. These are great though. You can fill them deeper, do carrots and root crops in them, because it keeps the soil nice and loose for the root crops. Then we mix it up a bit. And again, there we have it. Now, what we'll do is let me find us a rock. Now we're gonna make believe that this here rock is a potato. And what we'll do, next week sometime, we'll come out here, dig down a little bit, you know, put that there potato in there, cover it up, water it, and wait until it gets about 3 or 4 inches taller than that dirt. Then we'll add more dirt until we're up to the top of this. Now, we don't like growing rocks in our raised beds, because Lord knows where I live, we grow enough rocks just as rocks all over the place, so we'll get rid of that one. So there's that. If if you got any questions, drop me a line. I'll tell you a lie. Oh, I'm kidding. I'll tell you as much as I know, which ain't a whole lot. So until then, I'll talk at y'all later. Handy Redneck out.